Get in here, y'all. Get in here now. LisaRinna's book, chapter 3, is so good. It's so good. Just getting into the LVP of it all, the read, Puppygate, all of that. So, in this edition of chapter 3, part 1 of LisaRinna's, you better believe I'm going to talk about it. She talks about all of that. All of that. Y'all watch the video, subscribe to my channel so you guys don't miss when I upload part 2 of chapter 3. Like the video too, if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on part 2. Hope you guys enjoy. Get in here, y'all. Get in here now. LisaRinna's book, chapter 3, is so good. It's so good. Just getting into the LVP of it all, the read, Puppygate, all of that. So, in this edition of chapter 3, part 1 of LisaRinna's, you better believe I'm going to talk about it. She talks about all of that. All of that. Y'all watch the video, subscribe to my channel so you guys don't miss when I upload part 2 of chapter 3. Like the video too, if you don't mind. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on part 2. Hope you guys enjoy.
Chapter 3. I need a drink and a Xanax. Or, some bitches can be hard to get along with. In the third part of the season 7 reunion, I got pounded from every angle. Kim Richards had temporarily returned to the show and rejected my stuffed bunny gift / olive branch, thereby trying and failing to humiliate me. Kyle said I was physically incapable of closing my mouth. Insert lip joke here. And Dorit griped that I slandered her by asking on camera if people were doing coke at her dinner party. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. As we all screeched over one another, I had enough. I got up, sashayed off camera, cackling, and blurted out the drink and the Xanax line, which instantly became a phenomenon. You can still buy all kinds of I need a drink and a Xanax merch on Etsy. In hindsight, it's a miracle any of us still talk to each other. Honestly, some of us don't. Because I grew up an only child. I learned so much about female friendships on the show. I feel like I'm an expert at being a housewife. I will share my wisdom now, but I'm going to need a stiff one and an anti anxiety pill to get through it. I'm pouring myself a Belvedere and soda with 3 lemon wedges as I type. I recently met Dorit, Erica, and Kyle for dinner at Soprani. Said he was supposed to come, but she got COVID. It was a very special night, and not just because we were celebrating our birthdays, all within a couple of weeks of one another. When I was on the show, I could not count on one finger the number of times I attended a social engagement with my co stars that wasn't for the cameras. The only time I can remember, we argued the whole time about the Denise Richards threesome situation, so it might as well have been work. Now, this dinner at Cipriani, it was real. It wasn't for the plot line or the press or to piss anybody off. We were behaving like normal girlfriends do, talking about everything under the sun. We feasted on bread, pasta, and curry chicken. God forbid we ever stuffed our faces on camera. That was a big no no. You can't argue with a mouthful of food and spray crumbs and spittle all over the place. A lot of good food went to waste during my time on Housewives. I took a doggy bag home because I was starving after a day of filming. We were secluded at a discreet table in the back, like in The Sopranos. But a lot of people walked by us on the way to the bathroom and stopped dead in their tracks. They had to rub their eyes like a cartoon character to make sure what they were really seeing. I don't blame them. It's a miracle that I made it out of RHOBH with even one friend. In real life, I have such a small, tight circle of real girlfriends. I'm very careful about who I let into my life. Friendship is hard. I've had good ones and I've had shitty ones. For me, it's big ups and downs. But I know a lot of other women feel totally different. My sister loves her women friends. I don't necessarily connect the same way. Too many of the women on RHOBH are Virgos. I don't get along with Virgos. I'm a Cancer. So Virgos and I do not mix. It's like oil and water. Camille, Sutton, and surprise, Lisa Vanderpump are all Virgos. That's a horrible thing for me to say. I don't mean to diss an entire astrological sign. I know there are some really lovely Virgos out there. It's not about Virgos being bad, it's about my relationship to them as a Cancer. For some reason, we just clash, and those feelings usually go both ways. If you ask other women how they felt about me, they'd say the same thing. To them, I'm a snake, I'm dangerous. Well, I didn't start out that way. I came in with good intentions. I think we all do. The producers of the show are brilliant at hiring people who don't know what they're getting into every year. They have no clue what's coming. That's what happened to me. It started out very simple. A lovely lunch was set up just for Dorit and me. We were told, you'll talk about this and that. A week later, there was a group party at someone's house, and the little issues we talked about at the lunch got thrown into the mix subtly. It was all guided by the producers. It's all done so well, no matter what season, no matter what city, no matter what group of women you put together. Some groups are better than others, some years are better than others, but it works. It's evil genius. Side note, I was just saying, I did a review on a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode, and I was just saying how that's the formula. You go to an event or you go to a lunch, you guys talk shit about each other, then you have a big dinner or a big lunch or a big event, and you rehash what so and so said about you, and then you have separate dinners or separate lunches and brunches, and everybody gossips about what happened at the big dinner, and it just goes over and over. So here she's revealing the formula, and I mean, clearly that's what it is, right? Let me know in the comments if y'all agree with that. In the beginning, my fellow housewives trusted me and I trusted them. But as time in, the producer manipulated Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fishbowl went. I'm going to start that over because I didn't read that quite right. In the beginning, my fellow housewives trusted me and I trusted them. But as time and the producer manipulated RHOBH fishbowl went on, we lost trust in one another. In the housewives world, trust can be a four-letter word and as ugly as Crystal's leather pants. Just kidding. The pants were fine, but I gotta hand it to Sutton for such a great line. I was destined for conflict from day one, but I swear through no fault of my own. I blame the stars, the literal ones, not the ones on the show. Okay, let's get into it. My relationship with Lisa Vanderpump. Well, it's complicated. LVP and I were acquaintances long before we became housewives. By the time I joined the show in season 5, she was already a producer on Vanderpump Rules, so she knew the game better than anybody. I looked up to her and I let her lead the way. In an early episode, she took me shopping for small ponies that she wanted for her villa. We literally flew to see these ponies and ended up bringing one back with us on a private jet. It was real Green Acres buddy comedy kind of shit. I'll give it to her. LVP was good. She had lines. She was clever. But that was the only time we had fun together. LVP's very smart. When I first came on the show, she called me every single morning. I was so gullible. I actually thought she cared about me. While I was drinking my first cup of coffee in prattling on about my day's boring errands. She was molding me like clay into a bench woman to do her dirty bidding. Nice phone calls were all it took, and I fell in line. I was ready and willing to do all of LVP's dirty work. That's how the whole Yolanda Foster fiasco came about. After one of those calls, I went after Yolanda about her Lyme disease and questioned if she had Munchausen syndrome, basically inventing or exaggerating her symptoms for attention and sympathy. I stepped in that villain role, but it was driven by LVP. That's the truth. I think it's obvious now she had Lyme disease, and my heart aches that I ever questioned her. When I first came to LA, I was with Wilhelmina Modeling Agency. I would go to castings. Yolanda would walk in, and I thought she was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. I knew of her before I got on the show, superficially, and I always liked her. I never wanted to become enemies. LVP's an expert at manipulation. It's why she makes such a good producer on her own show. She knows how to use other people like chess pieces. She spends every walking hour figuring out her next move. She's not spontaneous. She has a plan going on, but you don't know that because she's quite good at keeping it hidden. One time we were at a pump. One time we were at Pump for her birthday, and she got me to get up and sing, which normally I wouldn't do. It was her special night, and she wanted everyone to sing so she could sing. So she got me to sing so she didn't look like an idiot. Cal Cal calls it LVP spell too. Or Cal fell victim to LVP's spell too and became her partner in crime for a while. So did Teddy Mellencamp. Thing is, Teddy and I are no slouches in the brains department. And eventually we woke up from the trance. It all came tumbling down when we caught Lisa lying about Puppygate. LVP owned a dog shelter and gave Dorit a puppy named Lucy Lucy Applejuice. The dog had behavioral issues, so Dorit ended up passing the dog off to another family. LVP concocted a story that the new family brought Lucy to a kill shelter and then leaked that story to the press, causing all hell to break loose and using the opportunity to lampoon Dorit for an entire season. In reality, the dog was renamed Lulu and is still alive and chasing squirrels. Last time I checked. Lisa has proclaimed her innocence, swore on the lives of her children, and passed a lie detector test about Puppygate. So you be the judge, dear reader. The truth is that it was a shit show. LVP fabricated a juicy storyline just for the plot. And what most people didn't know was that she wanted her own spin-off dog show. But I knew why it was happening, and Teddy knew why it was happening. We had a big meeting at a hotel with the producers because LVP wasn't filming with anyone, and we were trying to figure out what to do. I looked right at a producer and said, "You're doing a dog show with LVP, and I don't think it's right that we are forced to do this demented storyline." Said producer looked me right in the eyes and said, "We are not doing a dog show with Lisa Vanderpump." That is absolutely not true. I shot back, "I don't believe you." A couple of months later, Vanderpump Dogs, a TV show, was announced. The producer had lied right to my face. The new show flopped and was canceled, but I hate injustice. Be straight with me and say, we need to do this storyline because we're going to do a spin-off show for her dog shelter. Maybe I'd understand that. But to be sneaky about it and create unnecessary drama to hurt Dorit, she didn't deserve that. None of us did. I'm good at smelling and calling out bullshit from the get-go. The producers didn't like that. They want you to call the cast out for their bullshit, sure, but they don't want you to be the target. But they don't want to be the target. So I was already starting to be a problem way back when Puppygate was going on for calling it like I saw it. When it came to my entanglements with LVP, once our power dynamic evened out and I saw her game plan with clear eyes, she lost control of me and she never got it back. I didn't allow it. I tried to find ways to get under her skin, like saying she smelled like Chardonnay cigarettes and mothballs. In one of my interviews, I blurted out that her house looked like a disco. More than anything I ever did and said on the show, the disco dig made her nuts. I love the cat and mouse game I had with her because it made for great television. At one time, I was in Paris staying at the Four Seasons and having dinner in the lobby with my publicist, Jeffrey Chasen, and the then new hot young actor, Christopher Brini, who's having quite a big moment right now. The first season of The Summer I Turned Pretty had just aired, and now we know that that show had a very big finale in Paris. So basically, I can proudly say I was in Paris with Chris Brini before Belly was. Anyway, who do I spy at the hotel? Lisa and Ken Vanderpump. LVP kept making Kim do laps in front of our table just to prove that she was ignoring us. It was peak LVP passive aggressive behavior. We kept seeing each other at the hotel and ignoring each other. This went on for an entire day, and it was so fucking funny. Then she had the audacity to try to clap back at me. She went on Watch What Happens Live and said, I have no idea why Rinna was there. I didn't need to take the bait because a Vogue story had just run with the title, Is LisaRinna on her way to becoming a fashion icon? I just reposted it with the caption, in case you were wondering why I was in Paris. As the French say, touche. Having said all of that, for the record, I think LVP is the Bobby Fischer of Housewives, one of the greatest of all times. She knew how to play the game better than anyone. You cut through all the manipulation and maneuvering, and she was funny. She had the English accent and Jiggy the dog, and it served her well. So I hope you guys enjoyed Lisa Rinna's You Better Believe I'm going to talk about it. Chapter 3, Part 1. I will be uploading Chapter 3, Parts 2 and 3 very soon. So if you guys are not subscribed already to my YouTube channel, go ahead and get subscribed so you guys don't miss when I upload the next parts. They're really good. Really, really good. Lisa Rinna did her thing with this book. She really did her thing with this book. If you guys agree and you guys are enjoying the book and the readings, please let me know. Give me some comments, some feedback, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys at Chapter 3, Part 2.